Okay, Len back here at Len and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. So far we have removed this wheel from the bike, we have removed the air from the tyre, we've broken the bead using the bead breaker, and we've clamped the wheel using the wheel clamps. So the next section we're going to do is using the D-mount head to help us lever the tyre off the wheel. So we're fortunate in that the tyre is behaving itself, it's staying off the rim. We're going to take the D-mount head, and there is an nylon protector in here. So I'm going to take the D-mount head down until it is touching the rim, and then when I use the locking handle pulls that D-mount head very slightly out and very slightly up, so it's close to but not touching the rim. We can then use the tyre lever to lever the tyre off. So we're levering against the D-mount head, which means we're not damaging any of the rim. When you're taking the tyre off, you're aiming to have the bead of the tyre down in the well of the wheel, or the drop centre of the wheel. I'll be able to show you that better once the tyre is off. So I'm keeping a gentle pressure on the lever while I push the bead of the tyre down into the well of the wheel. And as I feed the bead of the tyre down into the well of the wheel, the lever is just naturally coming towards me. I'm just taking up the gentle tension. I'm doing that with fingertips. I'm not exerting a massive amount of force on that, but as I push the tyre down into the well, this tyre lever is coming to me easily. I'm then going to do the same on the bottom side of the bead, the bottom bead in this regard, and that tyre is quite easy to lever there. I'm not using excessive force. Wonderful. So I want that lever out of there, ideally, and then I'm going to use the 1 horsepower electric motor to turn the turn plate, and the tyre is being directed up and off through the D-mount head, up and off. And as you can see, the tyre's now halfway off. We're going to do a very similar thing for the second bead. Again, I'll get my lever in. So I'm not touching the wheel, just touching the D-mount head. I'm catching the second bead of the tyre. Pull that up and off. And keeping attention on that while I'm removing the tyre. So as I remove that section of the tyre, you can see where the tyre is meeting the rim. If I just pull that, off it comes. And now I'm going to leave the D-mount head locked in that position, but I can swing. This is a tilt arm type tyre machine, so I can tilt that arm away from me. Some other tyre machines have a swing arm design, but in this case, that tyre is now off. Now in this particular instance, this one has had a temporary puncture repair. This is a kind of puncture repair that would be inserted from the outside of the tyre as a temporary measure. It's a very useful kit to have on your bike when you're riding, especially in isolated areas. Yeah, I think that plug had been inserted from the outside. It had plugged the tyre. It's a temporary fix, and that's one reason this tyre has been replaced. There is actually another piece where there was probably an unsuccessful attempt to plug the tyre, and then a second attempt was made which was successful. So it's a good reason to keep one of these kits on your bike.
That is,
actually to keep some spares for that kit on your bike.
That is exactly what I did.
Yep. So that's good. That has actually been quite successful. In this case, that meant that the rider wasn't stranded hundreds of miles from home, could get home slowly and gently, and then change the tyre at a time and place of your choosing, which is good. So that tyre's now off. In the next video, we'll be clearing up the wheel and getting ready to refit the new tyre. Okay, see you soon.